everyone, welcome back to another GrantMe video. Today we're going to be talking about UofT Rotman Commerce. This is one of the most popular programs at University of Toronto, and it definitely was one of my top choices when I applied to university. So hopefully you guys learned something useful in this video, but as per usual, we're going to talk about our 4 categories, starting with academics, admissions, student life, and then funding. Going straight into the video, let's talk about the academics. Starting with career opportunities, Rotman Commerce, they have a statistic where they release their 2021 and 2022 employment reports. Inside this employment report, I want to highlight a few things. First, they have a 90% employment rate for 9 months after graduation, and then their top 3 sectors that graduates go into start with finance, then accounting, and third and fourth place are tied between tech and consulting. If you're interested in doing an exchange, UofT Rotman Commerce has a great international reputation, and they have great partners all over the world. They have over 130 partner schools, and you're able to do an exchange program for your fall, winter, full-year exchange program, or also go to 2 different schools or 2 different exchanges over your fall and winter term. If you're wondering what it's like to really learn at Rotman Commerce, I just listed down a few courses that you need to take in your first year. These are quite set in stone for your first year, and you do need to maintain an average in order to get into the actual Rotman Commerce in your second year. Some of the courses include Introduction to Management, Principles of Microeconomics, Principles of Macroeconomics, Calculus and Linear Algebra, Financial Accounting, Financial Markets, and Marketing. One of the hardest courses in this course load is definitely the economics and the linear algebra and calculus. Those are one of the hardest ones that people struggle with. So if you have these courses available for you in your high school, I highly recommend you to take them. And even if your school offers AP courses or if you're in an IB program, I definitely recommend taking that rigor and a little bit of challenge so you guys are a little bit more prepared for university. You may be wondering now, what are the admission requirements for Rotman Commerce? And they look at your top 6 grade 12 marks. They have 2 required courses that you need to take, which is English and Calculus, and then there are 4 other academic electives that they take into account for your admission average. So, in addition to just your required courses, they also ask you to do a supplemental application. This is quite a heftier application, but instead of having an essay that you prepare and review and edit, this is actually done in one go, and it's done through a video/written process that's in more of an impromptu style. So in this application, you're asked to do a set written question, a set video that you need to answer, and you get 2 random written questions, and you also have 1 random video interview question. This is all done through their own portal and their own video system. You may be wondering now, what are some of the admission statistics to see if you are a top competitive applicant? Their admission average, they recommend you having a mid to high 80s to be competitive, and they have an acceptance rate of around 7%. They receive over 7,000 applications every single year, and they take in around 500 plus students. Now that we're kind of covered admissions, let's move into student life. So UofT residences operate on a college system. There are many colleges that UofT offers, but most of the time when you're talking about arts and science, which Rotman Commerce is under, you get set into a new college or university college. When I applied to Rotman Commerce and I was accepted into the university college, and this is a set residence and a set little community that you get to be a little bit closer to it and a little bit more tight-knit. In terms of meal plan, you have to purchase a $6,000 meal plan, and this doesn't transfer to the next year. So make sure you use all your meal credits in your residence hall so you don't waste any of the credits. When we're talking about social life at University of Toronto, I definitely think it is getting a little bit underrated just because they get a worse reputation than it actually is. First of all, they have a very lively city where you can definitely go out at night or during the day to go to downtown or even Eaton Center or try out many of the restaurants on Dundas Street that are absolutely amazing. In addition to this, there are a ton of friends that you can make through your residence or studying at Robarts, so I definitely think that UofT has an underrated rep for their social life. In terms of libraries at UofT, over the 3 campuses, they actually have 44 affiliated libraries, but many of these are very small or very niche libraries, but the one biggest library that everybody at UofT knows of is the Robarts Library. It's the largest library in Canada, and I believe one of the top 5 largest libraries in North America, even compared to Ivy League schools. And this is also 24 hours. Many people even study there for 24 hours and sometimes even fall asleep at the Robarts Library. Definitely a super cool building to look at and a super cool place to get productive studying done as well. You wouldn't have a complete university experience if you weren't talking about clubs. And UofT has over 1,000 different clubs to offer that can cover any interest. They even have a club for Quidditch. But if you're talking more in terms of business clubs, they have a club that I'd recommend, which is RCIF. This is their private capital club where they do stock pitches and other educationals if you're interested in investing. Let's talk about our last section today, funding, starting off with tuition. So for your first year of Rotman Commerce, you're paying $6,000 as a domestic student, and then for your years 2 to 4, you're paying $17,000 as a domestic student. As an international student, you're paying $61,000 for your first year, and this is hiked up to $69,000 for your second to fourth year. Let's talk about scholarships. I know that is definitely a lot of money that we just talked about, so I recommend you checking out the UofT Awards Explorer. I'll drop the link down in the bio, but I want to highlight 2 scholarships that I really recommend you guys applying to, which is one, the National Scholarship, which is a full ride for domestic students, and second, the Lester B. Pearson Full Ride International Scholarship. You have to be nominated for these scholarships, but I definitely recommend shooting your shot because it's a full ride of tuition and it covers everything. The last section that I want to talk about is financial aid. So University of Toronto, they have this program called UTSE Student Aid Program. I'll drop the link in the bio as well. Make sure you check it out and apply. But they also have something called UTAPS, which is the University of Toronto Advanced Planning for Students. And Ontario basically auto updates this financial application after you apply to OSAP, which is their financial student loan assistance program. But then non-Ontario students, you have to submit your own application through that portal. And if you get approved, you're able to get some financial need and financial help to kind of meet the unmatched need for tuition and your financial status. If you're in the United States and you're coming to University of Toronto as an international student, you can apply for the Financial Assistance Program from the U.S. William D. Ford Federal Direct Loan Program. So this is no interest rates while you are studying, and this is a federal loan program, so you will need to pay this back after. So that basically wraps up this video. If you guys were interested in applying to universities or any scholarships, make sure you check out the free 3-minute quiz down in the description below. It checks out if you're eligible to apply to any scholarships or eligible for GrantMe's assistance for admissions. With that said, thank you guys for watching again. Hope you guys have a great shot and good luck applying to Rotman Commerce. I wish you the best, and I hope to see you guys next time. Take care.